Hello once again, my fellow viewers. Today I am going to present to you a very special rant. This one is going to be split up in two parts and will express my feelings and insights of working at Canada's Wonderland for the past 7 seasons. The two parts will cover my experiences and thoughts of working at the lovely ride called the Xtreme Skyflyer, and the other will be about my insights about the park in general. I will be uploading them as separate videos because they are quite long. When combining these two topics, bloody hell does it get my blood boiling. I feel like I just want to scream or go punch a wall or a guest. You know, whichever I feel like at the time. Okay, let's get this circus started. As I mentioned previously, I have worked at Xtreme Skyflyer for about 7 seasons now. As much as I do hate the place, I still loved working there, but of course, that was only because of the staff I worked with. They made it bearable to work there. Okay, first and foremost, the biggest issue I have with working there is the fact that the equipment we use are basically hand-me-downs from other Cedar Fair parks in the United States. And when I say hand-me-downs, boy do I mean hand-me-downs. You would think that we would actually be given decent enough equipment so that we can function as a crew of staff and have a successful day. This, however, is not the case. First, we are given these shitty-ass video cameras that I swear to God are older than I am. Second, the wires and cable adapters are so shitty because we simply get them from the convenience stores for $1 or $2. Thirdly, because of the shitty quality stuff we buy, they break down and stop working quite quickly. And of course when this happens, I have no choice but to spring into action because no one knows how to fix the damn things. To top it all off, and this pisses me off the most, is that when a camera does get damaged to the point where we have to get it sent out for repair, it's an incredibly stupid and long process. We get them shipped to the States to the Sony factory, so this takes a lot of time. This also costs a lot of money because not only are the cameras old and parts are hard to come by, but we have to pay for shipping, and of all things, customs for it to come back over the border. In the end, just the repair bill alone to fix one of these cameras comes out to a hefty $750. Here's what I think should happen, and in the end, become a smarter, cost-effective method. First, we should just put that $750 to good use and buy a pair of new video cameras. What do they cost nowadays? Like $200 to $250. And since we are buying them brand new, we can get a new warranty on them so that when it comes time for repair, we won't have to pay anything. On top of that, since we are buying them in Canada, we save ourselves time and money because we no longer have to ship the cameras to the States because there are in fact many camera repair factories or manufacturer plants in Canada as well. We also wouldn't have to pay a stupid customs over the border tax either. Does anyone else seem to think this is a smarter idea than wasting money? On another note, the quality of our actual products is fucking ridiculous as well. It's not the quality of the video itself that's the issue, it's how the product is presented. I mean, we hand them a generic DVD in a generic blank CD case. There is absolutely no writing or any customizations or anything like that at all. This is supposed to be a professional product. We are charging $18.99 plus tax for people to take home this crappy unprofessional piece of garbage that was just simply burned using Nero anyways. What's even more sad and pathetic is when we run out of the blank CD cases. Wanna take a guess as to what we use then? 2 different things. When we run out of cases, we resort to paper sleeves. When we run out of sleeves or simply weren't given any, we become even more pathetic and have to resort to putting DVDs into photo mats. Tell me how professional we are now? Especially when the DVDs don't fit in the mats properly. Also, another piece of crap product we have are the photos. These photos are basically still shots taken from our video footage. Unfortunately for us, because the video footage is analog and not digital, When we take still shots, it gets converted to digital on the computer and in the end looks like a pixelated mess of crap. Speaking of merchandise, another thing that annoys the hell out of me is when the guests try to manipulate or try to get free stuff out of us. That's just simply not going to happen, you cheap bastards. The absolute worst way for them to get free stuff is when they hit on me or my staff. Like, how pathetic is that? If you know you are too damn cheap to buy the stuff, then simply don't. Don't think that we are going to give you free stuff because we feel bad. Go fuck a horse, you dirty wanker. Another thing I hate is when someone is actually about to buy a DVD video. All of our merchandise consists of DVDs, photos, and keychains. That is it. But what I keep getting asked is, can we have our video put on our flash drive instead, or emailed to us? Are you people fucking retarded? Do you think I'm stupid or something? Why on earth would I give you our stuff on your flash drive or email? That would allow you to make several more copies of it, forcing us to lose profit. I'm not doing you stupid people a stinking favor. Where's my favor? What do I get in return? And please don't say that you will pay for the item if I do it, because you were going to pay for it anyways, you stupid fuckface. By far though, my most hated reason for trying to get free stuff is when they spend the nearly $70 to get on the ride. They come to us after to get free stuff, claiming that they already paid for the ride and they shouldn't have to pay any more money for it. The media should come free. Well, I am so very sorry people, but I have already explained to you nicely the first time that we are separate companies, so doing something like that is definitely not an option. But then they say that isn't their problem. Well, you know what? That isn't my fucking problem either. When you come to this park, you bloody well realize ahead of time that you are going to be spending an arm and a leg. The park is a bloody rip-off. Next up on my rant list would be when me or my staff are in the middle of videotaping a flight. Guests would come up to us and ask us questions when they can see that we are clearly busy. Hell, it's a policy of ours that you cannot speak while filming a guest's video. A guest doesn't want to hear you babbling on about something in their video. Also, since we run 2 different towers at this ride, guests are always coming and going behind us. What I fail to understand is how they manage to bump into us and force us to fuck up the video. How the fuck do you not see me standing there? I am 6'3" and I'm holding up a giant piece of metal in my hands. It's not like it's very hard to notice me. Go the fuck around me, not fucking through me, you dumbass. Yes, I know this rant is quite extensive, but I clearly have a lot to be angry about. There are even annoying little habits that guests have that after a while, it starts to bug the shit out of me. A good example would be when they come up to me and ask where the nearest washroom is. Sure, normally this would be considered a valid question. It is, after all, a big park. But when you have been visiting this park on several occasions, and don't think I don't recognize some of you idiots, you should know bloody well where the washrooms are by that point. Also, what I don't understand is when people try to line up for our ride. There is a clearly marked entrance, as well as an exit. Even recently there was a new sign put up to make it even more obvious if it wasn't already. Guests seem to like to try and enter through the exit. I swear this happens at least 50 times a day that I witness on my own. Are people so blind and ignorant that you can't even see bright signs that are right in your face? I mean, come on man, get with it. Anyways, here's a quick bit that both annoyed and disgusted me from wanting to work at all one day. For those of you who read this next part, I am not being racist at all when I mention brown people. I do not know where they are actually from, so I am just generalizing. Please do not take any offense to this. So I was selling in a booth one day, and this brown family comes in. A mother, father, and 2 kids. Everything is normal, I'm minding my own business and everything, and of course when you're bored, you start looking around everywhere just trying to keep yourself entertained. One of the kids from that family kind of caught my eye because he wouldn't stop jumping up and down and screaming. Well, I hate kids, so this was easily a distraction for me. This kid starts walking around and shoves both of his hands down the back of his pants. Okay, now this was just disturbing. But I figured he's just a kid, so who cares? What really disturbed me was when he got curious about our booth and started touching the counter and all of our display products with his nasty ass tainted hands. I no longer wanted to sell for the rest of the day until the displays got changed. Deeply, deeply disturbing. Well, that's just about it for my Xtreme Skyflyer rant. I have covered everything that I can possibly think of, or well, everything that I think is appropriate enough to be posted anyways. I hope you all enjoyed this rant. I am sorry that was so long. I will be uploading another rant, this time about Canada's Wonderland itself. Thank you for listening. This has been a rant and broadcast, brought to you by a British person.